gosh, it's so orange in here! As I'm sure a lot of book talk or booktube knows at this point, buying books and reading books are two completely different hobbies, and in this video we're going to be seeing which one I fall into. I have like 3 shelves right now, but they're just like the kind of cube ones. If you can see behind me, I don't have like the tall ones. Unfortunately, it will happen one day, but within those bookshelves I have a ton of books, obviously. We're going to be going over all of them to see which ones I have read and not read, and we'll see if I should like quit YouTube out of shame or if I should keep going and be a pagan for book buying responsibility. Spoiler alert, it's not gonna happen. Also, yes, I do know the lighting right now is very orange, but it will be fixed in just a second. Pretend you don't see anything. Without further ado, let's get into my first shelf and see the ratio of read versus unread books. So we're going to be starting with this bookshelf. This is actually the first bookshelf I ever filled out, so it has some of my earliest reads on here and my earliest buys. So let's take a look. We're going to be starting with this cube right here, and I guess I'm just going to pick out the books I have read and have not read. No. Well, that's pretty shameful. So these are the books I have not read in this cube. So we have Girl in Pieces, The Secret History, which I actually got like halfway through, then stopped reading, so I guess you could call this a DNF. Looking for Alaska, Caraval, which I do want to read soon because I want to read the other series attached with this. What is it called? I have no clue. And then Dance of Thieves. So 5 books already. So now we have my Percy Jackson shelf. I have read all of these except the second and third book in the Trials of Apollo series. I can't really get this out, so I'm just gonna take this whole box. And then if you're wondering what's holding up these books, it is a Grey's Anatomy medical book. So that doesn't count. I have definitely not read that, so. Moving on. We have my rainbow shelf, and I think I read all of these. I mean, okay. Red, White, and Royal Blue. I got like, let's see, 235 pages into this book and then just like never continued it, but I did count it as read. So honestly, I don't know. I am just gonna go ahead and put it in the did not read pile so I can be completely honest with myself. So now we have this cube. I don't know what the theme is for here, but it's just kind of random. So I've not read Cemetery Boys. I have not read The Book Thief, which I know I really do need to read. I have not read any of the Hunger Games series, so yes, I know I am a fake booktuber, but whatever. Oh my gosh. I have not read any of the books on the shelf. That is actually insane. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Salt to the Sea, Ashes in the Snow, and then My Name is Anton. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I do not think I will ever read these 3 books. They're just not my thing. I thought they were, but it's been years, so these are probably not gonna happen. So, I have not read the second and third book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, and I'm gonna be so honest, I probably will never read these unless someone convinces me that it's really good. And then other than that, I've read all these. Okay, we're getting better. So these are the Maze Runner books, these rainbow ones, and I've only read the first one, so definitely can take these out. And then I have not read Ariadne, is that how you say it? But I really do want to read this soon. This is on my high priority list. And then for the selection series, I've only read books 1 and 2, so I can take these 3 out of the box. Moving down even further, I've not read Thousand Boy Kisses, The Sun is Also a Star, All the Bright Places, even though I did start this. Oh my gosh, that's where my bookmark is. I was looking for that. It's in Babbel. I have not read this, even though I did start it. I have not read these 2, Hook, Line, and Sinker, and then The Fault in Our Stars. Now we have our fantasy shelf. I have not read this behemoth of a book. I have not read Iron Widow. I say a lot that The Poppy War is my favorite series, but I have not read the 3rd book, The Burning God, because I got spoiled the ending and I can't do it. I can't. I've not read Shadow and Bone, and then I have not read Daughter of the Moon Goddess. Oh my gosh, this is actually so embarrassing. I thought I would do a lot better than this, but I guess not. And then for this shelf, I have only not read Legendborn, even though I did get halfway through. I got to page 242. Let me know if I should continue this. Now, up here to my display thing, I have not read American Psycho, A Certain Hunger, Atlas 6, Ignore the Water Bottle. Do you see how absolutely barren the shelf is now? That is insane. I promise on this next shelf, we will do better. So now we move to this shelf. As for all my manga up here, I have read it all, including Chainsaw Man right here, and of course, Solo Leveling, my beloved. I think everyone should read that, even if you think you're not into manga. It's super great, it's amazing. So let's start with this shelf. So I have not read The Way of Kings, and even though I love Red Rising with all of my heart, I have not read Iron Gold or The Dark Age. But yeah, I've read all the rest of the books on the shelf. Now for my Shatter Me shelf. I have not read Twisted Love, have not read Royal Assassin Book 2 in the Farseer trilogy, but other than that, I've read all these books. Okay, we are getting better. We are getting better. So now, this cube, I have not read Family of Liars, and I have not read this trilogy, which is actually the prologue trilogy to Dance of Thieves, but I have read everything else. I have not read The Shadow of the Wind. Oh my gosh, that's where my other bookmark is. Guys, I was looking for those. I really like them because they're magnetic and they like clip to the pages. Anyways, I have not read Ordinary Monsters, although I did get almost halfway through, so yeah, I don't know why I stopped. And then I have not read The Clockwork Angel. The stack keeps getting bigger and bigger. I have not read The Fifth Season or these two books, Cinder and The Summer of Broken Rules. And then I have not read Happy Place by Emily Henry. That shelf is embarrassing. Now, down here, I have not read Malice or Before They Are Hanged. I have not read Children of Dune, but I have read those. Okay. Stephen King, nope. Not read Billy Summers or Scythe, even though I do want to read this. I have not read The Blade itself or The Rage of Dragons, even though I did start this and it was pretty good, so who knows why I stopped. And I have read those books. Okay, I have not read the Believe Me novella because I just can't do it. I've not read The Do-Over or Lock Every Door. I have not read A Court of Silver Flames. And I have not read Better Than the Movies. So this shelf is definitely better, but it's still very embarrassing. This shelf, you know, I just don't want to talk about it. Now we have my last and latest bookshelf. In a surprising twist of events, I have read all of these books and all of these books. What on earth? That is a sight to see. But then it gets shameful again. I have not read The Shadow of the Gods or The Pariah. I've not read Blood Trader, The Gilded Cage, The Shining Life. This is not The Shining Life. This is The Office of Historical Corrections. The Shining Life or Killer Instinct. We were doing so good. And then we have the last cube. I have not read The Hurricane Wars, even though I am reading it right now. Not read The Center. I have not read Powerless. I have not read Piranesi. I have not read The Prison Healer. And I have not read Dear Edward. So, I've read one book on that shelf, which is a poetry book, Milk and Honey. Yeah, we don't talk about it. Now that I know how many books I have not read, I'm going to count the amount of books left on my shelves and pray it's about even. For the does this count as 1 or 5 books? I'm gonna do myself a favor and I'm gonna count it as 5. So, 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. I am now sitting in a pile of my failures and it definitely does not feel great. I have actually yet to count how many there are, so I guess let's do it before they all come crumbling down. I have 83 books. It might be 84, it might be 85, only you know the real number because I will make sure to count and count again. Having a visual representation of all the books I own but have not read is actually very eye-opening, I guess. So last year I actually read 85 books. It might be a lot, it might not be, but the year before last I had actually only read 30 books, so 30 to 85 was definitely a big jump in numbers, so I was proud of that. But now seeing that I have 83 books that I have not read, it's almost kind of like the book god is laughing in my face, telling me, oh, you read 85 books? Well, now here's 83 more that you have not read, but you own, so I guess you can do it. I did kind of think in the back of my mind that looking at these books would make me want to read them, but I'm gonna be so honest, it probably did the opposite. I mean, I definitely want to read some of them that were already on my mind, but you know, I don't feel any inclined to read the rest, so maybe that's a sign I should move them to a better home. I don't know. No, please don't fall over. So I'm gonna have to hold this pile up, but basically, if you think I should do a big book unhaul video, just let me know. But as of right now, I am too emotionally attached to what my shelves look like, so I doubt I could ever give these away. But you know, but I will do it if enough people say I should. But the amount of books I have read versus haven't read. So I counted all the books on my shelf, and I have read 109 of them, and then of course have not read 83. So I have read over half of the books on my shelf, and I will count that as a win, okay? I hope they're okay. I actually have no idea what I was saying beforehand, but I got these to stand up, so I guess a goal of mine is just to simply keep the ratio of read books on my shelf and unread books on my shelf like 50-50, ideally like 60-40, okay? That pile is about to fall over again, so I guess I'm going to take my leave. I hope this video either made you feel better about yourself or made you feel not so lonely in the fact that you have so many books you have not read yet. So yeah, that was truly the goal of this video. But yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm gonna go put these books back exactly where they were and pretend that I have read them all, and not worry about them ever again. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to... your paw! If you liked it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more awesome, super duper cool content. Whoa, jalapeno, that is a danger zone. Come here! Yeah, so make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more awesome, super duper cool content just like this in the future. Bye everyone!